Hello, Tampa Bay and Japanese Pokemon card enthusiasts. Today we're going back under the microscope with another grading candidate. This one is Jasmine's Electabuzz. Again, we'll take a quick look at the economics of the card, why it's a contender in the first place, and then we'll go on to the microscope review. So Jasmine's Electabuzz is from the VS series. It's an e-reader card. I love these things. I really love the artwork on this one, how he's kind of walking next to a power plant grid fence and kind of like looks like he's basically feeding off of it as an electric Pokemon kind of would. Like it's powering him and he's powering it. Like just really a subtle like interchange of energy there. Like really a cool thing for an electric card. But anyway, this card goes for around $30 ungraded copy, and that's right around what I paid for mine. So 37.99, 45, 25, 39 are some of the sales this month. Actually, all of the sales from this month on eBay. And then as a PSA 10, it's right in the $300 range. So this one is basically another one of those all or nothing 10 or bust candidates, but again, it's okay because it's a $20 or $30 card typically, and the upside is to the three or four hundred, $200, $300 or $400. So some of the sales from this year were 295, 340, $400. So I mean I would say right in that $300 to $400 ballpark you could get for a card like this if it graded out in the 10 range, which of course is what we're aiming for. We don't really submit them unless we think they're going to do that. So we'll take a closer look at the card now, and we've got it closed up on the art here because I just think it's so simple yet so cool. But we start with the corners as always. I neglect to mention centering many times in these videos, but I have yet to capture a good way, video, whether it be video or with a photo, of how to like show you guys how I judge that. It's still a manual calculation. Eventually, one day I'll probably do it digitally. Like they have apps that can do it for you. But I like my method, and I like the tactile analog feel of setting the grid down on top of the card and finding out if it's centered that way. So once I figure out a way to properly show you guys that, maybe I can incorporate that into the videos. Or if someone out there has a suggestion and would maybe want to share that with me, let me know in the comments. How do you guys check centering? Anyway, back to examining the card here. So we have the slightest bit of edge wear on the corner here. It's gonna happen. These cards are old. It's a surprise that they even get to this point in many cases. This corner has the slightest of edge wear as well, just a little bit less than the other side. Not too bad though. We'll scan the artwork here. This one's a non-holo again, as I mentioned. It's kind of my preference right now. To run these things under the microscope without the holo, because it's easier to see the imperfections. It's easier to notice the scratches. And when I'm running these cards under here, guys, if you see something that I've missed, please let me know in the comments. I know I've said it before, but I'm not perfect. My eye isn't infallible. So if you guys see something that I didn't, please let me know. Save me from the submission fee. If a card's not gonna make the cut, we don't want to send it off. This one has again just the slightest of edge wear on the corners. These are things that we would never see until we get to this point. So I'm not upset about it. This card's still in really good shape for one that I bought sight unseen from eBay. So actually, probably one of the best shape e-reader cards I've gotten my hands on. Unfortunately, the other day I had to pass on one that I thought was a for sure PSA 10 card because they wanted triple the price of a raw card, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. That's a story for a different time. We'll move on to the back of this card now. The back corners actually look considerably cleaner than the front ones. I don't see any whitening to the to my naked eye here or when I have it under the microscope screen. So that's really neat. I do see the slightest of imperfections here, a nick or something, maybe a fingernail caught it pulling it from a binder page, just ever so small right there. Maybe a little discoloration right here inside the yellow too. Not quite sure what we've got going on there. So as we move this card over, we can see that this corner is relatively clean as well. We'll look over the back, see if we can see any dents or dings or scratches or anything of that nature. Surprisingly, the back of this card thus far is really clean. I definitely see a little bit of chipping on this side again, but um, for the age of this card, it really presents very well. If this is one of those sets that I'm such in love with that I wouldn't mind to have a binder to complete the collection of it. You know, even just maybe have all of the Jasmine's cards or all of the Claire's cards or the Sabrina's cards. Maybe one day have all of the Lance's cards or the Blaine's cards, but uh, this VS set is so cool. I wonder what we've got going on there, if that's just a crumb or if that's actually a imperfection. So we definitely have a scratch right next to it. It looks like someone already may have tried to do what I was slightly trying to do there and remove whatever this is, but it doesn't seem to be coming off with any light pressure. So not sure what it is, but it's definitely an imperfection, perhaps like an ink blot or some sort of misprint there. Uh, we already have gotten to the point where we weren't going to submit this card, but we can see these two imperfections here under the microscope, and I'm very thankful to have added this to the toolbox and able to in order to enable me to see these things really up close, be really honest about what they are, what they've got going on. Maybe just the slightest white spot here next to this fighting symbol. The corners on this one are actually pretty clean. Maybe just a little bit of edge wear on this particular one. Finish up here. Another little ink mark or imperfection right there. As we move to the last corner here, we definitely see a little bit of a lift right there. And then this corner actually looks fairly good as well. So just a couple imperfections. Honestly, we were imperceptible to the naked eye. I think that I haven't really done this, but honestly, I think this card's probably in the 6 or 7 range. Probably solid 7. Maybe 6, but I would think that this is a 7 card. It's in pretty good shape. Just a couple noticeable imperfections. But let me know what you guys think. How would you grade this card? What do you think it would score as? What would you submit this card? Would you submit it to PSA right now with the $80 fee? I personally wouldn't, even if this did pass this final test. I'm basically only going CGC for the cards that I have chosen. However, let me know what you guys would do. Let me know what you think of these cards. Let me know what some of your favorite sets are. Do you guys like the VS sets or some of the other vintage Japanese sets? Are you more mid-age or modern person? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed these type of videos and these type of inspections of cards, please consider liking the channel and subscribing. Follow along for the next one. Thank you, Tampa Bay and Pokemon card enthusiasts. Take care.